Hey everybody, Hefty here with another Comic Talk with Hefty, and this is week 3 of Thor month. We'll be doing a final Thor month episode later on this week, right before God of Thunder comes out. But yeah, today I've brought you a classic Marvel comic storyline, an incredible independent comic, and a current comic that you can check out right now. So let's go ahead and get started. For our Marvel classic of the day, we have, and I teased this in the last video, the amazing Ed Brubaker Captain America run. Ed Brubaker was the writer on Captain America from 2005 to 2012, and Steve McNiven was the artist for most of the series. This series really reinvigorated Captain America. The series had been pretty low in sales up to that point for a long time, but in a post 9/11 world, Ed Brubaker brought some new vitality to the series. It's also the series that introduced Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier. Prior to this series coming out for decades, the joke had been that the only two people that are dead in comics were Bucky Barnes and Uncle Ben. But Ed Brubaker committed a cardinal sin and actually brought back Bucky Barnes from the dead. And it went so much better than anyone could have ever expected. I mean, Winter Soldier is now a classic character in the comics. And this is where it all started. This series of Captain America uh, was a lot more espionage based, a lot more secret. I don't want to say secret war because that's a loaded term in comics, but a lot more spy stuff. It also brought back the Red Skull after being gone for a long time. Reintroduced the Red Skull's daughter Sin. Brought new life into Crossbones, Doctor Faust, and several other classic Captain America villains. This is also the series in which, after Civil War happens, and spoiler alert for a what now, 15, 16-year-old comic series, Captain America, Steve Rogers dies, and Bucky Barnes takes over as Captain America until Steve Rogers is no longer dead because this is comic books. Um, it's an amazing series. I recently had the pleasure a couple of years ago of going back and picking up this whole series. I absolutely love it. There's sometimes there are things that live up to the hype, and Ed Brubaker's Captain America series is one of those. It's definitely worth checking out. And there's trade paperbacks, collections, and omnibuses for his historic run that went for 7 years. You can pick up Amazon, read them free at Comixology, or check out eBay, or again, your local comic book store probably has these as well. So please go support your local comic shop and uh, you know ask them if they can help you out. As always, there'll be links in the description to this on Amazon to give you a starting point if you're interested in picking this up. All right, the independent comic of the week. This is one of my all-time favorites. It's probably one of the most. No, it is. It's the most fun series I've ever read. And it's not that, a few years ago, people probably would have had no idea what the series was, but they did make an AMC series out of it for a few seasons, and now it's entered the public mindset a little bit. But I still recommend going back and reading it, whether you like the AMC series or whether you didn't. And that's Preacher. I'm going to warn you right now, this series is extremely mature audiences. The series is very blasphemous, but it is some of the best um, satirical writing I've ever read. Garth Ennis is the writer. Steve Dillon was the artist for all the issues. This ran from 95 to 2000, 2000, I think. I think it was 95 to 2000. Ran for 66 issues, plus there were a handful of one-shots concerning specific characters and four-issue miniseries for Saint of Killers. If you pick up the books, there's six books, and I'll have a link to book one in the description. Those six books include all those one-shots and limited series, so it's a total of 75 issues. But um, anyway, Garth Ennis, the writer, is also the guy who created The Boys, which is now a show on Amazon. Same guy, and his wit and his takedown of society, just in general, is always really good. If you like The Boys, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of conventions that he likes to rip apart, and this was his take on religion and America. It's a cross country tour, really across the world tour, but a lot of it's in the U.S. And lots of different people, lots of different backgrounds that just get taken apart. I mean, the the story itself, if you're not familiar with it, revolves around a guy named Jesse Custer, who is a preacher with a dark past, and he is he comes in possession of the soul of something new. It's a hybrid baby born between an angel and a demon named Genesis. And with that, he's given the word of God that whatever he tells someone to do, they are compelled to do. This this new type of being scares God into abandoning heaven. And so Jesse, along with his ex-girlfriend Tulip, who is now a failed assassin for hire, and Cassidy, who is an Irish vampire, uh, go around looking for God and basically telling him to get his butt back upstairs and get back in charge. Um, like I said, extremely blasphemous, but extremely hilarious. Um, some of the most original characters came out of the series. Some of the funniest moments I've ever read in a comic book have come out of the series. Please go check it out, but please don't yell at me if you find it offensive. I'm telling you right now, uh, anyone, I don't care who you are or what your background is, everyone will be offended at something in this book, um, and that's kind of the point. It's holding up a mirror to society and showing us how ridiculous we all are. But highest possible recommendation. If you know if you're not a kid, definitely mature series. And finally, you guys are wondering, hey, this is supposed to be Thor month. Where the heck is Thor? The current comic recommendation of the week is the current Banner of War series that's going on right now. This is a five-part series. The first four parts are out. The last part comes out July 27th. It started with an alpha issue, and then two issues in the current Thor series, and two issues in the current Hulk series. And this is basically full-out brawl between Thor and Hulk. Um, they're both written currently. Thor and Hulk are both currently written by Donny Cates, who is a great writer. And this channel is a huge fan of Donny Cates and everything he's done over the last several years. And so the alpha issue did a great job of catching you up on what's going on with these two characters in their current series. But the nuts and bolts is that um, Hulk is currently being he's under control by Bruce. Bruce Banner has been able to harness Hulk's rage in his body, and so we currently have a Hulk um, that Banner's psyche is in charge of. Thor has been going through a lot over the last year since becoming the new All-Father, replacing Odin. And in the current series, he's had a couple of especially tough months. It's left him kind of in a cranky and brooding place. And so when he hears that there's a rumor going around that the Hulk's been responsible for several deaths in a small town, Uh, Thor decides to go after Hulk personally, take out some aggression. This leads to a big brawl. It's literally cosmic. Uh, uh, this has been a really fun series. It's basically just an all-out slugfest. That's what it is. It's a 5 issue fight. First 4 issues are out now, and some of the twists and turns that happen throughout this fight are pretty neat. Especially after Tony Stark, decides that he needs to get involved and try and calm things down. So Iron Man shows up in the second issue with some ideas about how to resolve the situation, um, leading to some interesting results. But this has been a fun series. It's not the most highbrow. It's not the most um, deep series. It's like I said, it's 5 issues of a Hulk and Thor fighting, which is fun. That's absolutely fun. It's cathartic, kind of, just to see the two of them just go at it. But like I said, that's currently out now. The first 4 issues are out. That would be Banner of War Alpha, um, Thor 26 and 27, and Hulk 7. And then Hulk 8 will be coming out on July 27th, and that'll be the final issue of the series, or of this storyline. Um, this obviously is happening right now, so you're not going to be able to get it on Amazon or anything. Believe it should be available on Comixology, or you can always go to your local comic shop and ask them to show you where the new comics are. They'll still be out on the stands. Uh, all right, guys, that's all I have for this week. I know that this video is a little late. As I said, we'll be doing a final Thor month video here in a few days, just prior to God of Thunder coming out. But that's it. I hope you enjoy the recommendations. Please let me know in the comments if you've read any of these, what you think of them, or if you have any recommendations for me of what I should be checking out, or that I should review in upcoming videos. So thanks a lot, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks.